Hello everybody, what's up, what's going on, how you all doing? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. By the way, I'm Emily May and today I don't look like shit for once. I'm just kidding. Today I have spent most of my time in bed, as usual, watching creepy stories on YouTube, creepy little paranormal things that were going on. And one of them reminded me of a story that I wanted to share with you. It was something that happened to me last summer, I believe. Well, this summer, technically, 2019. I know I said 2009. That was a long time ago. Yes, this happened in the summer of 2009. I was 11 years old. Now, I'm not going to go quite that far back, but it was something kind of creepy and a little bit weird that happened to me this summer. You might not think it's creepy, but I did, so I'm going to tell you the story anyway. And it's about how I shared pain with my sister. You see, the thing is, when I say shared pain, that could be like an emotional pain or something. It's not. I mean a physical pain at the exact same time. Right? So I want to preface this story by saying that at the time of this happening, I was living in South Korea. And I lived in Seoul, and my family, the rest of my family, was living in England. And this happened the week that my mum came to visit me. She was there for a week over her birthday in like May, June kind of time. So it was somewhere around then, and I believe, I might be wrong, but it was a Thursday. That bears absolutely no significance to this story whatsoever, but we'll just say it's a Thursday for no real reason. Yeah, so it was a Thursday. Probably wasn't even a Thursday. It could have been any day of the week. Whatever. Anyway, this particular day, my sister was having her tooth removed at home in England. And I can't remember even why she was having it removed. She hasn't got bad teeth. Her teeth are fine. I think there was just like overcrowding or something. But she was having one of them removed. And I knew this. I want to say I knew this. My mum had told me that my sister was getting her tooth removed that week. She'd also woken up and said something along the lines of that morning. She'd sort of said like, oh, I'm worrying about her because she's having her tooth removed today or whatever. And I was like, oh, poor thing. Punched the back of my mind, didn't even think about it for really the rest of the day, because obviously they are, well, England, I wouldn't say they are behind us. That makes no sense, because you could be anywhere in the world watching this right now. England is behind Korea by 8 or 9 hours, depending on what time it is in England, because we change our time over here. We have daylight savings hours. In summer, I want to say that it's 9 hours behind. Could be wrong, could be 8. Either way, not much of a big difference. So we spent the day just chilling, doing our regular thing. I think I went to a class or something. We went to like 3 different cafes as per, and we went out for dinner. And on our way home on the subway, on our way back from dinner, I got the worst toothache in my lower jaw at the right. And I want to say before this, I didn't know which tooth my sister was having pulled. My mum just said that she's having a tooth taken out. I didn't know what time of the day her appointment was, and I didn't know which tooth she was having pulled. And I was sat on the subway, and I was like, oh my god, I just got the worst pain in my lower jaw, like that to my mum. And my mum was like, that's really weird. Isabel's having a tooth removed. At first it didn't really click. She was like, oh, like what happened? Are you okay? Have you damaged it eating dinner or something? It was something I've eaten a lot, and it was something that's not even something that could really damage your teeth. Nothing in Korea really is. They don't have really hard food, and the only thing that they do have is like, it's like when they cook barbecue, they eat the cartilage in the pieces of meat, but I don't even crunch them up. I just pick the pieces without the cartilage and leave that to a Korean to eat, whichever one that I'm with. But even then, whatever it was we were having for dinner, it wasn't that had caused my jaw to ache. And it wasn't even like a really dull ache either, like it was from like me eating too much. It was in one particular place in my jaw, and it was like quite a sharp ache, if that makes any sense. So yeah, I didn't know what time my sister was having her tooth removed or which tooth. And my mum was like, oh, that was really, like, have you damaged it on dinner or anything? So I was like, no, I haven't damaged it on dinner. And then my mum was like, oh, Isabel's having her tooth removed today. Don't you think that's a bit weird? I was like, yeah, it is a bit weird. So she was like, which tooth is it? And so I opened my mouth and I put my finger in it and I pointed to it. And it was like one of these ones down here. And I was like, is this one? And she was like, you're having a laugh, it's not that one. I was like, yeah. She was like, did I tell you which ones Isabel's having? Because I think she was having 2 removed, but it was only one that I got pain in for whatever reason. And she was like, that's the one that Isabel's having removed today. I was like, oh, that is really weird. We were just kind of like, that is so odd, that is so odd. My mum was like, oh, you must be thinking about it. And I was like, yeah, I guess. And then some time passed by and my mum was like, well, it should have been hurting earlier because, you know, she had a tooth pulled at lunchtime, because my mum can be, I'm sorry if you're watching this, Mum, she can be a little bit blonde sometimes. And I was like, okay, sure, yeah, she had it pulled earlier today, but do you not realise that we're like 9 hours ahead of whatever time it is in England? And she was like, oh my god, yeah, I never even thought of that. So I was like, well, what time is she having it pulled? And she was like, around lunchtime. So I looked at my phone and I looked at the time and I remembered the time and I was like, well, it's about that kind of time around now. And she was like, oh, no way, that's really creepy. So when we got home, about half an hour later, I'm going to say half an hour, I think it was a specific time, about like a half an hour, 40 minutes, my mum called my dad, who had taken my sister to go and get her tooth removed. And she said to him, oh, how's Isabel getting on? Has she had her tooth removed? He was like, oh yeah, they've just finished doing it like half an hour ago. And my mum looked at me and like, she told me what he'd said and I just went really cold. I was like, we were on the train half an hour ago. That's when I got that pain in my jaw. Was about half an hour ago, like when she had it, or just over like when she had it removed. Like within this, like almost the same time frame. Like it would have only have been like 10 minutes out. There is no way it could have happened like any other time after he'd said that. And like how long it took us to get from where we were at that point on the train when it started hurting back to our stop to walk up the hill to my house, like there was just no way. So it had obviously happened at around the same time, and oh, it was just really creepy. And my mum was like, that is really weird, because Emily started getting pains in her jaw as soon as that, and they went off and they've never come back since. Like because if it was an actual problem with my tooth, I'm sure it would have hurt like either that night, the next day, it would have kept hurting, whatever, but it didn't. It hurt for like 2 or 3 minutes while my sister like must have had her tooth removed, and then it just stopped hurting. And it was just so weird, so unbelievably weird. I think it's really creepy though that like siblings can feel each other's pain. And like, I know that a lot of people say that twins, I did look it up like just before I filmed this video, but I know that a lot of people say that twins can feel each other's pain, but she's not my twin. She's 7 years younger than me. And a lot of people say that like siblings that are really close can feel each other's pain. But it's just really weird to me how it happened at the exact same time without me even knowing when it was happening. Like, and we were on opposite sides of the world. Like that is just insane that like it could happen like that. When people say like, oh yeah, siblings can feel each other's pain if they're like really close, obviously they mean like close emotionally. I'm not just misinterpreting that by saying like, oh, I was on the other side of the world. No, we're close emotionally, which me and my sister are, I would say. I just find it so weird that like without me even knowing that at that moment she was having her tooth removed, like I just felt it. So weird, so unbelievably weird. Like lots of people also say that sibling telepathy is a thing, and like they can read each other's minds, which we, you know, have done in the past. Like we've said like the same sort of sentence at the same time, or we've had the same thought, or we've just randomly started talking about the same thing. But that could be because a number of things, like because we've been raised the same, like because we talk the same, because obviously we have the same background, because we went to like very similar, well, the same school until we reached high school, and then she went to a different high school to me. But other than that, you know, we've grown up in the same household with the same people, the same parents, the same grandparents, like, so those things can be explained. But the thing that I can't explain is that why I felt her pain when I was on the other side of the world from her, not even knowing that she was having her tooth removed at that exact moment. That is something I cannot explain. I think it's really weird, and I would like to ask her, Isabel, when you're watching this, please stop getting into things where you are in pain, because I can also feel it, and you are torturing me. You are like a human voodoo doll, okay? Thank you very much. So let me know if you also believe in this strange phenomenon down below in the comments. If you do, has anything like this ever happened to you? Because I know it's obviously happened to me more than once. Like, I have felt her pain before, just not when I was on the other side of the world, you know? Or like if she like hurts herself, I'll probably get like an itch or like a little twang, like a little twinge of pain in that area. But like that was full on to the exact tooth that she was having removed. So yeah, let me know if you believe in this kind of phenomena, if you think siblings can feel each other's pain. If not, also let me know why you don't believe in that. Just curious. If anything like this has happened to you, leave it down below. Give me a little like on this video to be nice and friendly. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see some more. I have a lovely video coming up for you next week in which I'm going to be showing you my pets, because it's probably the only time that I can do this. And then after that I will be in South Korea filming some more lovely videos for you, and I hope that you will enjoy all of those. I don't really have anything planned. We're just gonna kind of wing it, but you know, hopefully in a couple of years I'll be living there. So if there's anything that I missed that you wanted to see, hit me up and I'll do it in the future. Whatever. Thank you very much for staying to the end of the video. If you haven't noticed Cruella over there in my Sansevieria, she is there. My sister bought her for me. I thought I would, I don't know why I popped her in this video, probably just because she matches me. Look, we have the same outfit. So that's why she got a little cameo, because she looks like me today. Okay, thank you very much for watching. By the way, I'm Emily May, and I hope you all have a really lovely, spoopy, telepathic kind of day. Bye!